Now we're sending it to Brad Barnes with this week's Wildcat Sports Report.
Welcome to Championship Week for the Wildcat Sports Report. They say the third time's the charm, but for Baker the fourth was as well. This past week the Wildcats secured their fourth conference championship of the fall, and it was all started off by the soccer teams. After securing the conference championship against Missouri Valley College on November 1st, the Wildcats snatched up a couple more trophies as Maggie Dupes and Alex Schiraldi were honored with Heart of America Defensive and Offensive Player of the Year awards. Dupes, Schiraldi, Jordan Dolben, and Shelby Schiraldi were also named to the All-Conference team, while Nate Hauser was awarded the Coach of the Year award. The women's team is ready to continue their championship ways as they make another run at the playoffs, coming off of a Final Four finish last season. They will take on the winner of the Missouri Valley and Avila game on Thursday, November 10th. The game will be played at Liston Stadium. Kickoff is set for 7:30. The men's soccer team is still in stride of perfection after a close call to Missouri Valley College that resulted in a tie. The team that finished the regular season 16-0-1 has also added multiple individual honors as 4 Wildcat players represent the all-conference team. Nate Byerly, Matt Bickley, Tom Lowndes, and O'Dane Sinclair are fantastic representatives for this perfect Wildcat squad. Matt Bickley impressed the conference even more, earning a Defensive Player of the Year award, while head coach Nate Hauser walks away with his second Coach of the Year award this year. The game is set for Wednesday, November 9th at 7:30 here at Liston Stadium. The volleyball squad also brought home a conference title after a school-best 10-0 conference record. The team played Avila in the first round of the Heart of America playoffs on November 5th and cruised by the Eagles no problem en route to a 3-0 victory. Kathy Allen and her squad are set for Graceland University on November 9th. A win would give them a chance against the winner of the Mid-America Evangel game for the Heart of America Tournament Championship. To round out this week's edition of Titletown, we take a glimpse at the men and women's cross-country teams. The men came away with a first-place finish and even the Wildcat Nation up with 4 conference titles on the season. Aaron Caldwell was remarkable for the Cats once again, securing a 5th-place finish in the 8K. Corey Clark came in 8th place, and Taylor Nall swooped in at 9 to round off the top 10 finishes for the Wildcats. The young women's squad was remarkable as well at the conference meet, falling just short of a first-place finish. Sophomore Lauren Jakeway captured the top spot in the race with a time of 18 minutes 30 seconds. Ashley McBride also finished well with a 3rd-place finish and a time of 19 minutes 16 seconds. Both ladies have qualified themselves for the national championships as well. They will head to Vancouver, Washington along with the men's squad on November 19th in hopes of bringing back some national hardware. Just as the Baker football team thought their playoff hopes were gone, a sparkle caught the eye of the Gridiron Giants and led them to a 10-7 victory over the number 9 ranked Benedictine Ravens. The high-powered offense for the Cats took a back seat as the defense led the charge on this senior day. Jason Thorne and his defense got the scoring started off with a blocked punt that was recovered in the end zone for the only Wildcat touchdown of the game. A 21-yard field goal by Andrew Kimray would later boost the Cats up by 10, but the Ravens fought back and narrowed up the score on a 77-yard touchdown pass. Just as the Ravens were set to drive the ball with under 2 minutes left in the game, a pass gone wrong found itself in the hands of senior Madison Morris, sealing the game and giving Baker a 6th consecutive win over Larry Wilcox and the Benedictine Ravens. The 6-3 Wildcats have one more regular season game against Graceland University on November 12th in Lamoni, Iowa. An expected win would put the Wildcats at 7-3 on the season, with their fingers crossed in hopes of a playoff berth. Winter sports are rolling, bouncing, and dunking once again at Baker. Jimmy May and his Baker Grapplers got things started off right at the Dan Harris Open here in Baldwin City on November 6th. On a day where 13 BU wrestlers qualified for nationals, 2 of those 13 stuck out among the crowd. Senior Dylan Berg and junior Parker Owen were awesome on the mats, both going undefeated and notching a 1st-place finish. Jake Price took a 2nd-place finish on the day, and number 8 ranked Jarrell Price took a 3rd-place finish, falling behind 2 unattached wrestlers from Wichita State. The number 15 ranked Wildcats returned to action on November 12th at the Bethany College Open and then prepare for a quick turnaround as they head to Nebraska for the Nebraska Kearney Holiday Inn Open. Now transitioning to the hardwood, new Baker head coach Ben Lister has seen some struggles in his first 3 games as a Wildcat. The season got started off shaky against Kansas Wesleyan on November 1st, where the Lady Cats fell to the Coyotes 74-51. The squad looked to bounce back as they hosted the Baker Classic, but fell short in their opening game against Northwestern Oklahoma 80-65. A hot start looked to shed some light for the Wildcats in their matchup against Rogers State on November 5th, but the Rogers State Hillcats were too hot to handle, downing the Wildcats 81-66. The season is far from over for this young Baker team, and they will look to rebound as they take on Friends University November 8th here in the Collins Center. To round out the Wildcat Sports Report, we take a look at the 2-0 men's Baker basketball team. In only his second year at Baker, head coach Brett Ballard has the highest hopes for his young squad. They opened up action against Kansas Wesleyan on November 1st and ran the Coyotes out of their own gym by a score of 102-60. 4 players finished in double figures for the Wildcats, but none more impressive than transfer Ben Steinlog, who put in 19 points and went a perfect 8 for 8 from the floor. Baker finished the game shooting 61% and also added an impressive 7 from 17 from behind the arc. The Cats traveled to Lawrence on November 4th to take on Haskell Indian Nations and had no problems shredding Haskell 80-62. The men will join the women's squad on November 8th as they host their first home doubleheader of the season. 32-inch TV will be raffled off at the end of the game, so make sure you get out and support your Wildcats. That's going to wrap up this week's edition of Titletown for the Wildcat Sports Report. Make sure you catch all your Wildcat sports into the playoffs. You can follow all teams at BakerWildcats.com. I'm your host, Brad Barnes, and remember, the Breakfast of Champions is not cereal, it's your opponent. Have a great week.
Thanks, Brad. I'm Alex Giraldi. We'll see you next week.